According to statistics provided by our worlddata.org, we are only left with 50 years before our fossil fuel starts to run out. If we done nothing by that time, trust me, you are going to experience living without electricity and fuel for the rest of your life. So, what should we do? What can a mere student like me do? Well, do you know that waste coming from industries or even our household waste can be converted into useful renewable energy? For instance, when you are driving along a Johor-KL highway, you will realize you are surrounded by a view filled with palm oil trees. It's common to know that palm oil fruit bunches are used to manufacture oil and butter. But a fun fact that not all people knew about, the scraps coming from the tree itself can be processed into becoming fuel called biodiesel. These scraps are scientifically known as biomass. Hence, in this research, I chose palm kernel shell as the focal biomass material as these shells have consistent shape unlike other biomass products, resulting it to be easy to be handled and crushed into powder during processing. Besides, it also has low water content, making it to be easy to be burned. It's simple science. In less water, more flame, more energy. However, the main aim of this research is to identify which kind of kernel shell has the greater ability in acting as biomass before it being converted into fuel. Thus, two sets of samples were experimented where the first one was a raw kernel powder, which acts as a constant variable, while the second sample was a pre-burnt kernel powder at 300 degrees Celsius. These two samples were then further burned at 900 degrees Celsius in a nitrogenic atmosphere in order to study its kinetic energy and also its composition. It's just like when you have a two chocolate cake. Cake A, you burn it once. Cake B, you burn it twice in the oven. And you will realize the outcome of both cakes were different compositionally or physically. As a result shown in this research, a pre-burned kernel shell showed a better characteristic in becoming a biomass material for biodiesel production, such that it has a higher value of carbon content but lower value of activation in energy. In other words, a pre-burned kernel shell needs low energy needed for it to be processed into fuel, yet once the end product is done, the fuel produced could generate a massive outcome of energy for our usage. Well, like any other plant, this kernel has layers, consists of cell wall and stem wall. The pre-burn process done on the first stage had successfully broken down the thin layer of cell wall, resulting the second burning stage at 900 degrees Celsius just now to be able to penetrate into decomposing the thick stem wall, thus making the biomass or the palm kernel shell capable of releasing its maximum energy. Furthermore, to support these results, kinetic theory numerical calculation had been applied according to textbook references. Data comparisons had also been done where kernel shells had been compared with other types of biomasses such as municipal waste and other parts of the palm tree itself like empty fruit bunches. It is undeniable that palm kernel shell possess one of the best characteristics as biomass, and with it being pre-burnt, the characteristic had been improved twice better. All in all, the aim of this research is to provide a complete data and comparison for future references so that one day others could proceed into processing this waste into fuel without having to do an extra initial research regarding to its ability to produce energy. Isn't it fascinating how a waste of some process could eventually become the fuel of the same process? Or even better, become another option for us as energy resources for us to depend on rather than solely depending on fossil fuel? We are trying to save our we are trying to save our limited resources. We are trying to make the world a better, greener place. Baby steps could lead to distinct differences in upcoming years. Maybe one day we're going to finally free from energy-related concerns. Thank you.